on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Non Fungible Guys. I'm one half of the host. My name is Ryan. As always, I'm with my buddy, my lover. No, I'm not kidding. I knew it. I got him. What's going on?
What's up? Devon C. Codrington here. Definitely sick, under the weather, and I'm on vacation.
Shocker.
I know.
It's
right?
always on vacation. I'm jealous of the way you live life, buddy.
You know what? It's as I was saying to the people that I'm staying with, I was like, to the limit, man. I like push to the limit, play hard, work hard, and sometimes you get pinched, but I don't know, less often than you'd expect.
I think you're more of a work hard, play harder.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But you do work hard too.
It's relative,
I guess.
Hey, whatever. At least I work hard, so that's good.
Yes. So for
not on crypto this week, though.
I was gonna say,
you should have said that. That should have been your joke.
It would have been, but it's funny when it comes from you because you're so self-aware
or self-conscious. Same thing.
Whatever. It is what it is.
If you're new to the podcast, this is a podcast about cryptocurrency, cryptos, and NFTs, and everything in between. That also includes Web3 because Web3 is everything.
It is.
Yeah.
And, oh, that's a good thing. I'm gonna add it to the show note as you're talking.
Sweet. Well, should I continue talking?
Yes, go ahead.
We've been doing this podcast for a while. This is episode 39. Next one's gonna be pretty special. We've got something awesome planned for that. And no, it's been a wild ride. We deal with a lot of Cardano NFTs, Cardano NFTs. But also Ethereum too, and a tiny bit of Solana, although we haven't picked that up in a while. But
one of the projects that I've dived into. Well, I didn't dive. I bought an NFT from the project. It's I bought a BB's, which is part of the Habibi Ethereum project.
Oh, really?
They're starting to kind of push or promote some Sol ventures. Some Solana ventures. So I might be dabbling in it a bit more just based on maybe getting a whitelist through them or whatever. So I might be dabbling in it a bit more.
Honestly, I think it's a good idea because when you look at, so I don't know, I didn't know if we need to get this deep this quickly, but in all the stuff that like I consume about cryptocurrency, and especially I don't care what anyone says, TikTok is a good place for like getting the pulse on what random people, how NFTs are and cryptocurrency is being shilled out there. Sure, there's Twitter, but there's no better shill place than TikTok because everyone's on TikTok being like, so let's talk about blah blah blah, because that seems to be the precursor to how they make every video. It's really annoying. But then they list top 5 NFTs that I'm looking at, top 5 projects, blockchains, da. I tell you, I don't know what it is. No one talks about Cardano. Cardano is not sexy. People don't seem to care about it because people aren't making like windfalls of money on that. What's sexy and what makes the money is what people talk about. And people will talk about Solana a lot because of some of the partnerships, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like Solana is getting a lot more development activity, but Cardano is too. Cardano is growing like crazy, but Solana markets themselves in a way that they get the attention, but they're not doing that much more. Plus, they're riddled with like the blackouts and whatever it is. So,
well, they have that, and
where people are going.
Also, there was with Solana. Actually, it just happened like this yesterday, 2 days ago. There was a guy. I guess this guy or developer or something is going into Solana and rug pulling projects. Like I think the number 2 on the charts in Solana for NFTs just got rug pulled like yesterday or last night. And the guy was saying, oh, I put on a Filipino accent and pretend like he's known as being a rug puller. And now he's starting to actively go out of his way to put, he's like, they didn't do their homework. I guess there's different developers. I wish I would have, you just saying that just reminded me of it. They were talking about it.
I have not
and
heard
the guy was saying, he's like, they didn't do their homework. It was like a minting house or something. They didn't do their homework at all. And he's like, all I did was put a Filipino accent on and they never looked into anything after that. So then he mints this project. It gets up to number 2. It was worth like, I think the floor was like 45 Sol. which is like
a lot.
$4,000 or so. It's a lot of
Yeah.
money. And they rug pulled it. And the
Hold
guy's
on
like
a
laughing
second.
about it on Twitter.
So wait, he's a developer, so he'll go to a project and be like, "I'll develop for you," and
No,
then.
I think I'm trying to find it where the hell they were talking about it. It was
So let me
either
just get the premise. Like, he's like a developer that's like, okay,
or
I'll
he's just like
go.
an influencer. That's the problem. I can't remember what the hell the guy's thing was,
Like,
what he is,
what
but
he
he's
actually
known
does.
as like a rug puller.
Because how
So
can he
maybe he's
rug
a
pull?
creator.
Yeah, how can he rug pull if he doesn't have the capability to do so? Like,
Yes, or he
it's
must
like,
be a creator slash developer, I guess.
so then he develops the
Um,
project and then just walks away from it and leaves them high and dry.
yeah, they were chatting about lurkers. Here it is. Um, Reptilian Renegade on Twitter. It looks like his name is. He's like, I'm not even a villain. People are so shook that I'm getting support after rugging. I'm not getting support though. You are supporting yourselves. I'm literally typing what everyone was thinking. And then he put, they mentioned they can never be sure if they rug proof or not. They literally could have been if they hired me. I would have never actually helped them. Where else? There's a couple other things I got to find. So we could talk about it. Was,
What's his handle?
I think it was Renegade. Let me see. Where's that picture? REPTILLANRENEG, Reptilian Ren. And it's like an eye.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. We're kind of doing this as we go.
No,
but
it's good. This is good. I'm glad that this sparked that because
somebody mentioned, yeah, yesterday a project rugged in Solana, and now the guy is trolling them on Twitter.
this
And
is crazy. This
Yeah.
guy's last tweet. This is free speech. I'm literally building the next biggest thing in Solana, and it's made by me, a filthy rugger. Says a lot
Yeah.
about how desperate people are to have been for a voice. No more desperation. The facility is where the truth is coming out from now on forever. So he's making Solana's anti-rug prevention facility. That's what is going on. So he's
Yeah.
rug pulling to try to speak true. Like, that doesn't. This is kind of like that bullshit sort of like, oh man, the words are slipping away from me, but he feels like he's evangelical about the truth and this and that, but like he's causing harm in the way he's doing it, right? Like, if he's
Yeah.
like destroying projects, like that's not helping people. Why can't
Yeah.
you do this without, inconveniencing and literally going out of your way to shut projects down?
Yeah, exactly. So and that's the thing. The guy's actively doing it, and these. Does this say anywhere anything about a project like they didn't do their homework? I was trying to go through it last night, and I totally forgot to like clip it.
All good.
But anyways, so yeah, so there's someone. The guy's actively rug pulling projects, I guess, to teach Solana people or developers a lesson to how to not get rug pulled. It's very confusing to me.
It's like, okay, so this is not new. Like, cybersecurity peeps do this. It's like penetration testing, but in a non unsolicited penetration testing. Or it's like when they do cybersecurity exercises, when they do black
it's like
hat
auditing.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
But like, did anyone ask him to audit? He's going under false pretenses.
Yeah,
Right?
and he's doing it purposely and like trolling the community, saying
Yeah,
I
and then
keep getting away with it, and I just made. And again, I don't know if it's the same person that was talking about doing the Filipino accent or whatever, just to disguise who he was. But and he said they would do video chats, but he would just say his camera wasn't working, but his mic would.
Damn.
And then he only did the one chat, and then he said his mic was broken every other time, and he's like, and that's how I got away with it, and they didn't do their due diligence.
Okay, so here's the thing. Speaking truth to power, the truth's gonna come out. Truth this, I'm being honest. Everything of how they've been operating has been disingenuous. And that's why I like don't, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing about like being doxxed, or if you're a developer, it's like, okay, you don't necessarily know if the person is a bad actor and if they're just trying to do something to get their immediate cut that they built into the minting smart contract and then disappear. Like, you actually need like to work with developers and people that you can trust. So
Trusted sources, just like.
I thought you were gonna go there, man. I was
No,
like,
you go
let's
ahead.
set you up, buddy. There's the lob. Dunk it. Take it home.
I just
Take it home.
okay.
You passed it back, but we don't need to. Fine, give and go. Give and go.
We might as well mention the Developer Collective. It's the very first developer agency that combines NFT minting and project advisory in a custom white glove experience. The agency is founded by Call Nighthawk, the first recognized project advisor in the Cardano NFT space, and offers proven, vetted, and doxed NFT developers that we can trust.
I love that. I love how when we have to like we definitely there's so many instances where this makes sense, but
Yeah.
like, man, we got the copy, so we read it and we always like stumble over it and stuff.
I know. I always want to say "Call me Nighthawk," but it's
I know,
called
right?
Nighthawk with
But
an E
because
at the
it's
end.
because her persona is, it's called Nighthawk, but then also, so that's the handle, call Nighthawk with an E at the end of Hawk. But then her name on Twitter is Call Me Nighthawk.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
That's why there's
That's
the separate, right? So yeah, so I always like get that tripped up too. The Developer Collective, of course, their name on Twitter is the Developer Collective, and their Twitter handle is at the Dev Collective. And in the word collective, there is no I. That's it. Easy peasy. Okay. So if you're building on Solana and you need a developer, don't go with Reptilian Ren. You need to go with the Developer Collective. Like, this is not even like just because they're channel sponsored. Like, this is literally why this was made. And also there's other people you might need in the crypto space, not necessarily just developers. And finding talent is hard. So, okay, now the next part I'm going to say like seamlessly, no messing up here. So you should get in touch with the Crypto Talent Marketplace. It's the first of its kind crypto talent marketplace, serving as a meeting place for blockchain talent, project teams, and the need of that talent. I'm almost done. Sick. This is good. The marketplace is currently under development and will launch this summer. Also by Call Nighthawk, which is the Twitter handle. And the Twitter handle of Crypto Talent Marketplace is Crypto Market PL. So that's kind of like your marketplace to find, if you need an artist, if you need a designer, if you want to build a team and you don't necessarily have one, go to Crypto Talent Marketplace. If you need a developer that's not going to rug pull your friggin' project, go to the Dev Collective, the Developer Collective. And they are a channel. I keep on saying channel, but they're a podcast sponsor, partner, friend. But it works. It's needed. And when we build a project, eventually, again, who knows where we'll be. I'm pretty sure you know where we'll be.
We'll be here doing episodes.
Yeah,
for the people.
For the people.
Trying to help us. What's funny is how we discuss what the stuff we want to talk about, but this whole Solana rug pull and then leading into the, like, everything just, it seems like we planned this stuff out. But
yeah, not at all. Like, we haven't
at all
about anything at all that we plan to, like, we haven't started the episode.
On our show notes, Solana is not even written down anywhere. That's yeah. So okay, so for this week, I know, Devon, you've been sick. You've been on vacation.
Ask me the question. Ask me what I've done this week. I might surprise you.
Devon, what have you done this week?
Well, you see, I got 2 bank accounts, right? And the checking account. No, okay. So yeah, I haven't done any crypto stuff this week. I've just been reading and watching the charts and just chilling and trying to.
You didn't mint your name tag?
Nope.
No?
Did you?
Remember, we talked about it last week, and then I said you got to go mint it.
Right, and then I was like,
slacking, man.
Hey, gas for that?
It was like $6.
I know.
No, $20.
No, you told me. Like, okay, what I did. The funny thing is, I actually did do something, but it's not like typical NFT stuff. I moved around and a whole bunch of stablecoin currency. Like,
right, because the markets are so down right now. To me, it's a fire sale, time to buy for a lot of people. It
totally is. So it is a time to buy. This is not financial advice. Nothing we're saying is financial advice. We're not financial advisors. We're just expressing opinions on things that may or may not be seen as securities. Sometimes we talk about fiat and cryptocurrency, but it's only in the name. We're just a bunch of guys talking. We're non fungible guys. Okay. Yep. So what I actually did this week was for a situation. Yeah, there was something that was where the payment was done in crypto, a fair amount of crypto as well, and it was paid in stable coins. I'm not going to say which one. It wasn't
UST.
It wasn't UST.
It was USDC or USDT.
Yeah, it was another one. That's fine.
There's one of those two stable coins.
Yeah, it was one of the
I'll
other
put
ones.
money on it.
Yeah, I did put money on it. Got money from it. So, but it was interesting as we know, like we know the process of moving crypto around in theory, right? Like let's say, Ryan, someone gives you a whole bunch of stable coin and you need to take that and feed your enormous family. What would you do? You
I
don't
would have to treat it like cash for life. Like
what?
$999 a week. I would just slowly siphon out of it each week to not set off red flags.
Right. So
That's 100% what I would do. Unless I needed
thing.
that big chunk, then I would call up this guy I know, Devon, that knows how to withdraw crypto. Maybe a couple other friends, and say, hey, I'm going to send you this, withdraw it.
I'm like, and you spread it around.
I would spread it around, but I wouldn't, as of right now, because the government's probably trying to watch. I wouldn't be taking it all out at once. So I don't feel like paying taxes on my money.
Yeah, because and everything you do now, there's this whole disclaimer that in moving the money, you understand that you could be initiating silent alerts that we don't have to
100%.
disclose to you.
Yep.
And what is, so that means that, being taxed on it. People are like, you're supposed to be taxed. It's the right thing to do. All I'm going to say about that is when you get paid from your employer, there's tax on it. And when you go to the store, there's tax on it. And then there's tax, and then there's tax, and then there's tax.
Listen, just based on the prices of gas right now, I drive an Elantra. It's like a tiny little crap box car that just gets me to and from work. It cost me like $93 Canadian to fill up my tank. I used to have $50 a week just for gas to get me to and from. Now it's doubled in price. I'm hiding my crypto.
Yeah.
Come on, gas prices. It's almost like, I don't understand how they're pushing people to public transit in a sense. I get that sense, but man, the gas prices are crazy right now, and I think it's everywhere.
EVs.
Yeah,
they want that to be the thing. And I mean, which is great, but like, I think the initiatives are less genuine than we think. They're just like, this is an opportunity to make money. The economy's crazy. Let's keep up with the crazy, because why not? We can make the most money out of it. People right now, the World Economic Forum's happening in Davos or Switzerland or whatever, and their whole sentiment and the reason I'm talking about this is because this actually ties into ADA and Cardano.
Okay.
And their whole sentiment at Davos is, at the World Economic Forum, is, we need to consider, we've always been telling people to invest and move and do things responsibly. And people need to recognize that the standards of living have always been a privilege, and minimalist is the thing, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, they're the ones that have been reckless with the economy and with money and interest rates and everything, that the systems that have been set up. There's a whole bunch of real estate that's been bought up in aggregate by literally the same people, BlackRock and some of the companies and hedge funds and investment firms that we talked about last week, that kind of quote unquote destroyed Luna. And it's like, it's basically them feeding us. It's like, hey, we destroyed this thing for you, and now that it's destroyed and we've made our money, we're going to tell you that you shouldn't have these expectations, because you got to live simply. And the reason you have to live simply is because we destroyed it. And who said that? Charles Hoskinson. That's literally what he said on his most recent live stream. Yeah, and he was talking about the price, because of course everyone wants to talk about the price. Well, why is ADA, fluctuating around for Canadians 63 cents? 60. Well, that's when I bought it. It was 63 cents on Saturday, 65, 69 giggity a little bit through the week. And yeah, that's not cool considering it was $1.40. But yeah, he was just like, you hear about these other blockchains and people making money, and of course they want to talk about Bored Apes and this and that, and cool. He's like, first of all, I'm not going to Davos because I'm disgusted with how they talk about money and then whatever, and how they move things around, and basically they destroyed the system and are telling us to expect and deserve less.
Yeah. And
he's like, Cardano is getting more and more developer activity, more and more money going into it. Sure, it's not the fifth largest or in terms of, I forget that term. There's like locked in liquidity, locked in value. I believe it's like LVL or something.
Yeah.
There's not that value locked in. It slid from fifth to like eighth or whatever, but it's still
Right.
one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, or still one of the top 10 blockchains. No one talks about it because it's not sexy right now, but it's not going anywhere. He's like, we're building slow, we're building strong. And he said, shoot, what is it in June? Is it Plutus or Alfonso or whatever that's happening in June?
Oh yeah, there's a hard Alonzo, I think.
Alonzo.
The hard fork or whatever, right?
Yeah, he's like, that is on schedule.
Hmm.
So he's like, that's gonna happen.
Why wouldn't it happen?
Just because
delays or
a lot
whatever.
of these things, like, it's a lot of these things, like, no, we already did Alphonse, isn't it? It's Vassal.
Yeah, it's something I can't remember.
Yeah, it's Vassal.
I'll throw
Yeah,
out names all
Alfonso
day.
or Alonso or whatever happened last August when we were talking about it. The Vassal.
Right.
Yeah, and he's like, that's going to, now I'm just trying to go off memory here because I watched this yesterday, but he's like, that's going to bring massive improvement. And like, okay, the network was a bit congested a little bit, but that wasn't even that bad considering the congestion that all the other networks see. Not all of them, but like Ethereum those and sees, and then plus gas prices. We still don't have to deal with that, and our congestion is cleared up in a day or two.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know that people think we're just shilling for Cardano, but it's because it's literally better.
Yeah, it is. And everything is like that thing we were talking about just before we went on air. That was a developer or someone that tweeted out that ETH, the Ethereum proof of stake conversion,
Oh yeah,
could come as soon as August. And it's like, no matter what I say, like it's going to be hard to potentially not verify. What's the word I'm looking for? Convince people that it's actually going to it could actually happen in August. So
yeah.
I mean, Ethereum's going out of their way to prove like, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to become Cardano with proof
Pretty
of
much,
stake. In that sense, in a like,
principle of how they want to operate and what they're trying to do. They're trying to do what Cardano already does.
The problem is all the like Cardano is still, it's funny how we joke about the whole ghost chain stuff, but Cardano is just like, it's I don't understand why it's not as popular as even Solana.
Yeah.
Like
No,
there's
yeah, sorry.
in that sense, I'm just talking about NFTs. Like the money is still in Ethereum, and it seems like some of the money is actually fluctuating over to Solana now.
Yeah, totally.
And people are coming to Cardano, and the money's coming to Cardano. It's just
Developers
taking a little, developers and some sick artwork and artists are coming to Cardano. So it's just interesting. The only thing I hope Ethereum can keep is their scams and hackers.
Yeah,
they could keep them,
well
but they're coming over. And here's the thing: smart contracts are still very new on Cardano, and people need to understand like they're not on Ethereum, so they don't deal with the hackers all the time. But at some point, they're going to come to Cardano, and we're going to have to be very vigilant in helping and teaching people that like just signing contracts and doing all that, you're giving up you need to have like a minting wallet, a storage wallet, and only thing in your minting wallet is the Cardano that you wish to mint with, and that's what you connect to like websites and stuff.
Well, no, you're 100% right. I think also one of the reasons that Cardano has been slow to attract the developer traffic, and we've talked about this on the podcast before, is because the programming language for smart contracts is Plutus, and it's hard. It's harder than Solidity or the one that Ethereum uses or whatever.
Yeah,
I can't pronounce it, but it's harder, and it's like, people go for what's easy. Like exploits are gaps and mistakes, and it's easier to exploit something, they're going to go there. Going back to, I don't know why people are there, so that could be one of the reasons. But also, and this is going to be something I can't wait to say publicly, do you remember the Zune?
like Microsoft Zune?
Yeah.
The iPod competitor?
Yep.
Yeah, we're showing our age.
Did you ever use that?
I'd never used it, but I remember seeing them at Best Buy and laughing at them.
Okay. So but the Zune was cheaper than the iPod.
Yeah.
And it was way better. Like I had one. I had both.
But you worked at Best Buy at the time, didn't you?
Yeah, of course I did. I worked at Best Buy.
Back
Yeah.
in the day. But
But this thing was like, hey, wait, no, we got to talk about it. Had a
okay.
screen, had a tactile wheel, like the same scroll wheel. It didn't have a wheel, it had a D-pad that you would flick your thumb up and down and it would scroll through. The
Yeah.
screen was like huge and
Yeah.
it was color. You can view album artwork and pictures. You could
Mhm.
store pictures on it. The storage, I had like 250 gigs. Like it was amazing. It did so many things. It was smaller, it looked better than the iPod, and it was cheaper. And I was like, when
I
I
thought
looked
it
at it,
looked a bit clunky. It was like a little bit of a
because it was
brick.
that modern design, it was a
Yeah,
square.
yeah, yeah. I know.
And like now people will be like, this is great, but Microsoft was ahead of its time with that.
So
Anyway,
Microsoft is Cardano and Ethereum is the iPod.
I'm not going to say that exactly because we know what happened to Zoom, but
Well, iPods are gone now too. They're done with
exactly,
them now.
exactly. The whole usage change, the whole need is gone. It's gone. It's not the same.
Of course.
But we're thinking blockchain as a technology is probably not going to go anywhere. And plus,
No.
Cardano is focused a lot on to the changing the global economy. They're trying to change how money moves, like for real, for real. So, whatever.
Come to Cardano. That's the
I think
gist
that's
of it.
enough shilling for us. But
Yes.
that's what I did this week. Moved around a bunch of money, crypto, and may or may not have, got fiat. But maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I'm not sure.
Who we'll never know. Government, get on it.
You never hear if the podcast is just Ryan from now on, something worse happened than I've said.
Okay, so
What do you do this week, Ryan?
this week I did a few things. I received my ledger, which we'll get into that. We minted Podcast and myself minted Junkies, which is part of the Veggie NFT realm world project, however you want to describe it.
The system, universe.
It's basically the counterparts to Veggie Mates are going to go to war with the Junkies, which is all like junk food and all that stuff. The artwork's pretty awesome for it. It's like you got donut heads with an ice cream unicorn with like all this other the funny bodies and stuff. I don't know, dragon bodies and shit like that. So yeah. I don't know if we're gonna I don't know if I'm gonna flip mine or just hang on to it because I got the Veggie Mate, so I might just see like holding one of each because I think they're doing a play to earn game too,
Yeah.
where it's gonna be like a battle between the two. So I'm not sure. I talked about it last week where I had minted the CryptoRaggie, and you laughed about it because it's a funny name.
Yep.
But I decided to keep it because they had staking and they already had a play to earn game that's on there. And it's literally, I guess, I don't know what would you just describe the game? It's just a side scroller. Like it's like
Yeah.
you're just running and all you're doing is jumping.
Yeah, it looks cool though. It's like a side scroller that is not.
Yeah.
The background looks cool. It's a little kitty or whatever the raggy is, like a hamster thing.
It's a cat. Yeah, they're little cats.
Yeah,
is the NFTs. But I'm using my NFT to play in the game. So there's little power ups and stuff you got to collect.
but
Yes,
keep going. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say in my NFT, I actually have. Let me go back to the website here. I have a monkey, like a monkey plushie, a ball of yarn. So while I'm running in the game, coins will show up, but then also my monkey and the ball of yarn show up to like collect. So apparently, I guess because of my NFT, those show up. Like if I had nothing in my NFT, only coins would show up. So it is tied into the NFT that way.
That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and I know there's like bosses in the game and stuff that you have to battle.
Yeah,
I
like
haven't made it that far because I
King
suck
Kong
at it.
kind of looking thing. So I'll say this game is actually cool. I haven't played it, but I'm gonna download it right now, and it's a game that I don't know.
So it's on or they have it on Google Play and on their website. And I was just reading here, it actually says you can play it without even owning a Raggy NFT. So you can do it. And then, so by staking, let me see, I have it written down here. So staking, you earn RAG, which is their in-game currency, or what would you say, in-game currency or
Yeah, I guess so.
Would it be in-game? I guess it would be, anyways, it's their currency. So for staking, I earn XP, but also playing the game, you earn XP, and you can then convert that to RAG and the rag ends up, you could use it to upgrade your character. You can use it to, I think, purchase stuff. They have where is it here? They have the Raggy store, so you can buy power-ups for the characters. There's like laser eye 24-hour boost for the game, stuff like that. And then you can actually they just started this rehome a Raggy, and you can, yeah, you can
That's awesome.
actually so I guess what it is they buy up with their community wallet floor price CryptoRaggies, and then you can buy it using the rag coin in their marketplace. It
Okay,
says adopt, so, or rehome, so it's kind of like a play on um oh my god,
on
what am I
like getting
rehoming, what is it, adopting a
a
pet,
rescue.
a rescue, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I knew you were saying, and I was like, what is it?
Yeah,
So, okay, my comments on this is that I've already downloaded the game. Play
yeah,
to earns, I never want to do them. I'm like, I don't want to do this. It's stupid. I don't have time for this game. This game is a side scroller, run, jump, whatever you want to
yeah,
call it. But the background is like cool. It looks, I don't know, it looks easy enough to like just play casually.
yeah,
And
it is. I'm gonna teach my son. I wish they had it for iPhone or iPad or Apple or whatever, but once it comes out, I'll teach my son to play. Earn me some XP and rag while he's just playing a game.
so that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to have my sister play this because she'll play this like all day constantly.
Well, you got to make it benefit to yourself. You got to go buy a crypto raggy
Gonna
now,
get the
and then
raggy.
stake it, and then
And it's already sold out. So I hope, what's the secondary market on this look like?
last I looked on JPEG store, it was because this was season 2. They've got their original collection. They had like their actual plushies, and you get a bunch of different bonuses and stuff, but there's 2,000 of season 1 and 1,500 of season 2. Oh
Yeah,
wow, season 2 is 49 ADA floor.
the floor for season 1 is 60.
I know, I was just looking that up too. So you see how some of them, like the floor ones, all have nothing with them,
Yeah,
the first
yeah,
4 there,
yeah,
whatever. So
yeah.
you would just be collecting coins in the game. But then if you scroll down a little more, like look at that,
Like even
77.
one of, yeah, that one has 2 things going on. It has the bull and then the
So
plush.
you would be able to collect those as power-ups in the game while you're playing. And then there's some, I haven't figured out, like I said, my high score is like 90. People are getting like a high score of like 38,000. Like, Jesus, I got a long way to go, but it's been fun. You know what? It's one of those things where I was like, oh, I'll just buy it because I heard about it, and then I'll flip it. And I had it up for sale for a bit. And then I was like, you know what? Let me look into it a little bit more. So I did a little bit of a mini deep dive, and I was like, oh, you know what? You could actually, like, you earn from staking. There is staking. It's a game. It's already in and the community seemed pretty nice. I haven't talked too much in there, but it's an active community, which is what we look for when you want a project, right?
I love going to see, I loved inverting the arrangement so that to see like price high to low
Yeah,
and the filter, and to see kind of like what the top ones are going for, and just to kind of see the range. And sometimes the range blows you away. Like, of course, yeah, there's a top crypto reggie that's 100,000 ADA.
does it have like blood around it, or is it all red and bleeding?
No,
Apparently,
like
oh,
there's the
apparently there's
second
like
highest
10 of them.
one is 5,000. Like, so
Oh,
that's what I always love seeing. The top one's 100,000 ADA, and the second highest one is 5,000 ADA, and the next one after that is 1,000 ADA, and then after that, the next highest one is 598.
interesting.
Look at the range. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
That first one is 64,000 Canadian dollars.
that's
Like,
funny.
that's crazy.
I'm gonna look at it right now.
Yeah, you can buy a car.
Yeah, 100K. There's some special ones apparently that have I guess it would be early collection or the collaborative specials. I saw them talking about this red one. Like there's only 10 of them made.
The ones that are
So
bleeding out.
yeah. Oh, here it is. The bloody raggy.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I
I
don't.
know it doesn't sound good, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's yeah. So it's fun. I mean,
Okay. Cool. I like
either
it.
way, that's what I did
I
on
should pick one of.
that.
I have to like set myself a reminder so I don't forget. Buy a raggy.
So yes, buy a raggy. I
Stake
also
it.
minted. I know nothing about the project. It's an ETH project. I'm in another Discord, and they threw it in their alpha chat basically. And it's called Raccoon's Isle, and it's an ETH project. So they had a free mint. So I was like, oh, whatever, it's going to cost me gas fees. It ended up costing me like $14 in gas fees to mint 6 of them.
Not
And
bad.
then I put in for another 6, and the transaction failed, which means I lost my
I
gas
was gonna say
fees.
you lost your gas there. Don't you
But
hate that
it
about
was
you?
it well, you know what? I'd never done it before. I'd never had a failed transaction.
Yeah,
So
neither have I.
I luckily, so for me, I was like, oh, okay, let's go through the experience. And it was, I think I lost $8. So it's not like, so imagine it was like a public hyped up project, and I
Yeah.
put in for free, like could have been fucking $8,000. But
But imagine you're moving thousands of dollars around and like your gas fees, depending on your time, is like, 140, $170.
yeah,
You
exactly. That's what
risk,
I mean. So
you risk that transaction dropping and like,
that money's gone. Like
that
that
money's
$8
gone.
it's $8
200
US.
bucks is like, like it just doesn't make sense to do things that way. I was just like, yeah,
No.
I do
And
not.
that's the thing with like, so that stuff happens on Cardano. You just
Yeah.
like transaction fails, but you lose what? You're like 15 cents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not even at this point, the way
You don't know,
Cardano is,
like,
you're losing like 2 cents.
yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, no, like the dust fee is negligible. Like you don't even, no one really even factors it in.
No. But for me, I wanted to do it because I was testing out a new system of like minting, because we've always been on about security and not getting hacked and stuff like that. So I didn't know anything about the project other than people I trusted were saying, hey, this is coming up in an hour, jump on it and grab a couple. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So what I did is I had set up a minting wallet on Ethereum in my MetaMask. So I was like, okay, let's see what happens. I have a little bit of Ethereum. So I sent over, I think it was $20 or $25 US to the minting wallet. And then I connected that wallet to their website and waited for the mint. So now the only thing I have to do left is, I guess, take those NFTs out and move them to my storage wallet, in a sense that's not connected to anything. So that's the trick I was saying with smart contracts, is that wallet, if it does get hacked or it's exposed, there's nothing in it. I've removed the NFTs. I'm going to do that. I haven't yet, but you remove those NFTs and you take out the money as well. And I didn't realize, so we're always going on about gas fees.
Yep.
So even moving my Ethereum between my accounts, it still cost me like, I thought it was going to be way more, but it was like $1.80 US. So it wasn't
Yeah,
that bad.
that's one thing yeah, when I was doing the movement, and it's funny because we talk about the concepts a lot, like, oh, you would do that, you would convert it, move it, blah blah blah, but like actually until you do it, there's still a lot that you think that you don't. And when I was moving a lot of that stuff around, yeah, it costs $3 to move,
Here to there,
funds,
but
yeah, through the network, through your own wallet. Like,
but you still definitely have to factor in, especially on ETH. I mean, it happens on Cardano too, but it's, again, very minimal. So it's like, if you got to move around $1,000, you might need $1,003
dude,
on Cardano. With
yeah,
Ethereum,
okay,
you need to factor in, like, if the blockchain's congested or being lots going on, you might need to move $1,000. You might need to make sure you got an extra 100
dude, not
or an
even,
extra
well,
200. I don't even
to,
know.
to move to you, I needed an extra $200
Yeah,
to
so
move.
there you go. What
Yeah,
you
to move.
moved.
It wasn't honestly, after the 2000 mark or whatever, like the range that I was in, it didn't change whether it was 2000, 5000, or whatever.
Oh,
But
okay.
you
But
needed,
still,
yeah, I needed like a buffer, and then so it was like you switch from this to this and that, and honestly, and then of course you need more than you think, because you always got to do that trial transaction, right? So I wasn't just going to be like, okay, here's like 10 grand, move it right away, wallet to wallet, or conversion,
yeah.
like you don't want it to be tied up, or even if it drops, you don't want to have to wait for it to appear if the network is congested. So you do a little bit. So you're saying, okay, let's try it with $20 first, right?
Mm-hmm.
After everything works out, the wallet's good, you're like, cool, everything's good. But that trial transaction or that trial conversion costs $3, and then you do the next big one. So then that's 600 to convert with.
Yep.
And basically, $200 to get things moving around. And sure, it was instantaneous, and I did it all myself without an intermediary per se that I had to talk to, because it was these websites converting and doing all this shit. But still, $200, that's
It,
too much. Way too much.
to me, yeah.
Way
If
too
you're
much.
like, I need to transfer $500 to here to there, you're always gonna need. I guess it goes for any blockchain. You're gonna need some kind of fee money to cover the fees, but like on
Yeah.
Ethereum, it is a lot.
Yeah. Like if you want to send me something, anyone, like I know stablecoin's the way to go. Because yeah, right. Like that's, especially given the market, I was like, yeah, thank God we didn't do this. If in all honesty, the only thing I would do is Bitcoin or stablecoin outside
Yeah,
of for the initial payment. But it's like if we're sending something person to person, or like when we move stuff around, send me the ADA. Like whatever, I'll deal with the hit.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's still a little bit iffy there.
Okay.
All right, what else is going on? We have this
There's
episode's
a lot on
different.
this list.
Yeah, this episode's different.
Yeah, it is. We don't have necessarily a thing, but I wanted to chat quickly about a buddy of mine, I guess, friend of the podcast, Dubby. He started a project on Cardano called Four Paws,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and
Did we talk about this last week?
I think I might have brought it up briefly because I was talking about the artwork.
Yeah,
Um,
these dogs that were like super realistic.
yeah, they're the freaking out. And they were talking about in their Discord that there's going to be chances to win one of your dog getting immortalized as an NFT. So
Cool.
I'm hoping I can win one of those. They opened up their Discord and I just missed the first. I think it was 150 to get in would get OG rolls. So I ended up missing that. But the artwork. So what they wanted to do. Let me see. I want to read through. So they basically what it is they wanted to do a project. There is some good in the world that they're going to be doing. They're going to be focusing on potentially opening up a shelter for animal or for dogs or animals.
Yeah.
Bring on the sea to help group. So it's called 4Ps, 4 Paws, 4Ps. So okay, the artist is My Cup of Pixel. For anyone, I mean, we can retweet and tweet the project, but do you have their Twitter by any chance, Devon?
Four paws.
Just Four Paws. I think it's just 4 Paws
I'll,
CNFT,
I'll,
right?
I'll pull it up. You keep talking, I'll find it.
You mean stumbling my way through this?
Yeah, it's all good.
I had it all written down too.
You do too. I'm looking at the notes and I'm like, seems easy, just read it.
Yeah. Oh,
you're good.
God damn it. I'm always stumbling. Basically what it is they noticed that there was no projects that they wanted to do stuff like they want to open up, give out helpful information for shelters close to them, having information about vets and stuff like that, and buy pet food and toy brands that they'd like to sponsor. They want to eventually own their own shelter.
Right.
I think the creators, one is Ricardo, and if you go into their Discord, we'll set up a link in the show notes.
Okay.
They have fuck me.
I'm in the Discord, but my phone, like I just got in there today, like literally just before this call. So
Yeah, he just
I don't
says
know anything.
he explains who he is and why that's how the idea of creating a shelter directory was born. We believe it could be great help to everyone involved. People wanting to adopt will be able to find shelters close to them, having access to helpful information about vets and others, while giving shelter and associations much more visibility. So that's kind of their goal. And then they wanted to, they came into the CNFT space and they were saying how they want to bring, the next one is something to do with autism is their next project after.
Cool. Nice.
I think something to do with cats. Oh my God. I had it all written down.
You know what's cool? We got it. Check the show
Sorry.
notes. We'll have a link to the Discord. Well, there's also a link to their Twitter.
At 4Paws CNFT.
Yeah, there you go. You got it, bud.
I got it. I clicked on their damn Discord links. God damn. Sorry, Dubby. I'm second on this.
And the funny thing is, as you were saying all this stuff, I already put it in the show notes. So
there we go. So
yeah, check it out. It's already there.
But yeah, it's a great project for a great cause for animals. And it helps that the artwork looks absolutely even I showed it to my wife who hates
Looks like a
everything that I
photo.
do. Yeah. And my wife's like, wow. She's like, that's amazing. She's like, I don't mind you spending money on that. So
That's how you get her.
that's exactly how you get her. And but they have a meme and I think an emoji contest going on. And you know what? Just go into the Discord and say you came from Non Fungible Guys. What's up? And yeah, go check out their sneak peeks.
Cool. What else is going on this week? There's VeeCon.
Yes, VeeCon is happening right now till the 22nd.
When did it start? The 20th?
19th. 20th is today.
I know. In Minnesota. Yeah, VeeCon. So VeeCon, the unconference, as they say, you have to have a V friend to even be able to attend before. I don't know if that's still the case. Yeah, basically your tickets are NFTs, and if you don't have a VeeCon, like VeeCon ticket NFT, you can't attend. The floor price is 0.2 ETH for a VeeCon ticket, not sold anywhere else except on OpenSea. If you have a free friend, some of them, they basically include a ticket to VeeCon. So he leveraged all this. Of course, Gary Vee's been talking about this for a while, and it's like, what better way to make all your predictions come true about NFTs being tickets for things and NFTs being exclusivity in terms of like clubs and being able to get to events that matter and this and that, by using your clout and network and capability to create just what you said. So if you want to go to VeeCon, you have to buy the NFT. The NFT ticket wasn't available until, I don't know, a while ago or whatever. I don't know exactly when, I forget. But if you had the VeeFriend NFT early on, then you already automatically had a ticket to like the next 3 years of VeeCon. So not just like this one, you know? So
okay.
the model was pretty cool. You know, of course, the initial VeeCons, or sorry, VeeFriends, if you didn't get it through whitelist or whatever, and like you didn't, they were expensive. And I remember before, that was early when they were popping off, and I was kind of mad because Gary Vee's following is really, really much for the everyman, really, really multicultural. A lot of like BIPOC individuals resonate with him because he speaks like, tells it as it is, with his like no bullshit kind of like swearing all over the place way of approaching things, right? I like him. He's like matter of fact. Like he'll tell someone from the audience, they're like, well, how can I make it? And they'll be like, he'll ask them questions, be like, are your parents together? This and that, blah, blah, blah. They'll be like, yeah. He's like, I don't know. Maybe you should just work and stop asking me how you can make it. Like your life, as from what you're telling me, is set up just fine. You're not starving or looking for food. You have a house, a roof over your head. You have Wi-Fi. You can live at home rent free. There's no reason you shouldn't make it. Stop being lazy and get to work. You know, like that's the kind of advice he gives people. So people really like it because like he's kind of trying to get rid of some of the stuff that the barriers people put in their way. But either way, I was a little bit like kind of put off when the barrier to his NFTs, like they shot up in price, not just because of popularity, but like it was hard to get one, and like it's just became exclusive if you didn't have the funds. It wasn't something you could have access to. And you know, he's very much for making sure everyone has access to everything. So I was just like, your project is one of those elitist projects, and you advocate for not being elitist. So I wasn't necessarily concerned with getting a VeeFriend, to be honest, because of that reason.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about it. I just know like he's pretty good at marketing and promoting.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah.
he's like, buy my book and you get
I have multiple copies of his book. I've read most of his books. I've literally been involved with events that he's been a part of. Yeah, and like no shit. Like I literally love the guy, but I just didn't buy the NFT.
Yeah, the
VeeCon will be a
price of
3-year.
entries.
Yeah, VeeCon will be a 3-year thing. The speaker lineup is wild. Snoop Dogg, of course, Beeple, Pharrell,
Yeah.
a bunch of
Deepak Chopra,
yeah.
Chuck Liddell, Seth Green, Lisa
Chuck Liddell. Who's
Leslie.
Chuck Liddell, right? Like what?
UFC fighter. I don't know what he knows about.
From way back.
Yeah, an OG of, oh man, he's a Hall of Famer in the UFC world.
Full
But
disclosure, I saw HOF. I was like, what does that mean? Ryan's like, what, are you serious?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, you got like you could go this Mila Kunis. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did not see that. I didn't know, but I'm not surprised. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised.
she's a little cat in, I guess there's a project that she's
Oh,
involved
she
in.
has it. She has an NFT project. We talked about
Yeah,
it way
yeah,
back about the cats that just get high all the time.
yeah.
And they're
So
making a TV show from it.
yeah, there's Steve Aoki. There's a lot of performers. There's
Kevin
so many
Smith.
people. Like I have no idea who half these people are, but
Kevin
it's
Smith, your favorite guy?
Kevin Smith. I do enjoy his work. Let's see, Chuck. Yeah,
There's
Chuck
Tom
Liddell.
Bilyeu, who is from Impact Theory, but you doubtful that you would know that. But I freaking
Nope.
love that guy.
Our
Uh,
favorite stoner football player, Ricky Williams.
okay, that's- yeah, and
uh,
that one guy, I'm trying to find him right now because I can't remember his name, but
but
he is
Logic.
no, this guy, Ian Rogers,
Yeah.
the chief experience officer at Ledger.
Speaking of Ledger.
Thanks. Pick that up. Pick that up
Look,
for me.
I pick it up and so yes, Ledger. Let's go. So I picked up the Ledger to, secure NFTs and all that stuff. It's very easy. I've used it before, so I kind of had an idea what to do. I got the Nano X, and it's literally like two buttons and a screen. Like there's nothing to it. With the app, you get the live. Was it Ledger Live? I think is the app. So to set everything up, so I wanted to set up my Cardano. I wanted to secure some. I don't know if I can do NFTs yet because I haven't had an opportunity to even add Cardano onto my ledger, because the damn issue I'm having with this thing is every time I even tweeted a video of it last night. Every time I hook it up to a computer or my Mac, my ledger screen just flashes across. Like so to unlock your ledger, you got to put a pin. Well, when I plug it into the computer, it wants it to be unlocked, but it just scrolls through my numbers like crazy, glitching. And I can't put my password in because it's going so damn fast. So I don't know what the hell to do. So I had to reach out to the support, and they're basically, it was, have you turned it off and on again, is basically the response I got. I mean, it was let it die and then plug it in the computer and the issue should be solved. So I just, before we started recording, I have had it, it's now dead. As soon as I turn it on, it says battery is bad, battery too low, shutting down. So I'm guessing I'm at that point now and I don't want to plug it in while we're recording because God knows something will happen. So it's been very, like, I got my XRP on there. I put some Ethereum, kind of like what you were saying earlier, just throw out little testers.
Yeah.
I was able to get XRP, Ethereum, Solana, my whole like $5 that I had of Solana, I put on there. At one point I had moved my Matic, but I didn't realize I had Matic. It came in as under Ethereum and not Polygon. So I guess I have to like convert it. That's something I wanted to bring up in a later episode or talk about it later on, where I guess I have to convert it from Ethereum to Polygon or swap
the network.
Yeah, it's like it came in as a token under Ethereum. And I was like, oh, I thought I bought Polygon Matic. So I guess I have to do some kind of conversion. So that's TBD or to be figured out later. But yeah, so I was very frustrated last night trying to figure out this damn ledger and like why the hell this screen will keep flickering and all this stuff. So hopefully by plugging it back in and hooking it up to my desktop ledger live, it will correct itself and I can move on and praise this. But we will, I guess, find out.
I feel like I will buy a ledger as well, and I will help you out.
I mean, it's pretty good. Like the only thing I realized was at offset, like right off the get-go, my Ledger Live app on my phone wasn't secured. Like it wasn't password protected. I had to go into the settings and turn it on because I was like, well, if someone has my phone and it's unlocked, they could literally go into the Ledger Live app and send themselves my crypto. So I put a pin on that.
This.
Yeah.
Maybe because the Ledger Live app
Yeah.
Maybe it's like keeping a record of the transaction that you want to make.
Yeah.
It won't actually do it until the ledger's connected via Bluetooth or by cord to the computer or whatever, right? Because
Yeah, maybe
if
because I
not,
only
the ledger's not going to know to actually move because the ledger itself keeps the record of your assets. And maybe when you put that call in the app, until your ledger's connected, it won't actually do it, maybe.
yeah,
And
I guess I gotta fart around
maybe
with it
that's
more.
the failsafe there. I'm not sure. I admittedly don't know. That's the thing. Like I can understand the concept of this being like a wallet, like that's offline or whatnot.
Yeah.
And great, you can store it, and it's awesome. Like I understand the importance of it. I understand if you
It's
lose
off
your
chain
ledger.
cold storage,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. It's sorry, it's off change. Yeah, but I understand that if you lose your ledger, great. You have your secret phrase.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, the 24 word passphrase, I think is what they
yeah,
call it. So I went old school with it and literally just wrote it down on the three pieces of like give you like three passphrase cardboard cutouts. Apparently there's like die cast metal ones you could buy that keeps so it's like fireproof and all that
I've
stuff.
seen a
Like
video about that where this guy he gets washers,
yeah,
puts them on like a rod or whatever, and prints the passcode there, and then he
yeah.
stores the washers. He's like, even if like he's like this won't melt, da, 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 da. And he's like, if there's an issue, I just like like slide the washers off, and there's my thing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like you store
So
it in metal.
I didn't take any pictures. I didn't take anything. Like basically, I'm going to store these passphrase, this 24 secret code gate, basically offline. I'm not gonna
Do you
upload
have
it to
a
the.
safe?
I don't. I yeah. I have a safe spot. My thing is if I had a safe, like you know how they have those little fireproof boxes. What's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
point in that? Like okay, great, it's locked up. But if you broke into my house, you could just pick it up and carry it out like it's nothing. Like to have a safe, you need to have a safe that like I need a dolly to bring into my house. Like or like a small, you know, those small ones where it's like they're heavy, you're not going to just
Yeah,
pick
yeah.
it up and walk it. Like I don't have a safe like that and I have no plans on buying one. I guess I
I
should.
think the whole premise is about it's like how security off if you're trying to do something, but there's a security guard there, you're like, I'm not
It
going to.
deters
It's a
like
deterrent.
80%.
Yeah, it stops 90% or probably higher than that, right?
Well,
So if I go into your house and you have a safe, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not stealing from here.
yeah, but if it's a fireproof box, you know, those little like gray
I know what you're
boxes
talking
that
about those
yeah,
little
you know exactly.
fireproof boxes
Yeah,
you can
that's
just
not going to
pick up
stop
and
anybody. Because
take it
if
away and then pry it open. Yeah, I know what you mean.
pry it open, I'm pretty sure you just have to literally go to the roadway, turn it sideways, and throw it onto the corner of it, and it pops open.
Yeah. Well,
Tips
that's
for any
different.
minor thieves that want to be out
Yeah,
there.
but I
But
mean, like one of those safes that are actually like the hotel safe. There you go.
I feel like even that you could pick up.
Yeah,
The only
well,
reason
that's
you
what I
don't
thought
pick
you
it
were
out of
talking about. Like you could
yeah,
pick that up, but still, it's quite the deterrent. You know what
yes,
I mean?
I guess
And I
so.
guess,
Yeah,
and if you
one would.
store it out of place, like someone's really gonna have to go snooping and then find it. Then they get to the safe, and it's like if they know where to find it, they're getting in because there's something they want. But
Yeah,
I think that's enough to deter pretty much anything.
I'm gonna put in my underwear drawer.
Yeah, that's gonna deter a lot of people.
100%. Uh,
This
yeah,
podcast is
so,
ridiculous.
I know it's falling off the rails. Let me redeem myself with four paws for a second.
Oh, so, yeah, you know what? I
I
appreciate that. I thought we were fine, but like, cool. Let's go back.
no, well, I forgot where I'd written it down, and W had actually texted me in a DM. He's like, essentially, we wanted to do a dog project to bring awareness to dog shelters. He said Ricardo is Portuguese, is a big issue there. So
I
one of the one of
sure.
the goals is to create a shelter there. And then they had a friend, I think he said a friend of theirs, their daughter's autistic. So they're creating a second project called Emma Loves Cats to bring awareness to, I guess, obviously cats and autism.
Gotcha.
So that's the main kind of focus for the four paws. I just wanted to redeem myself a little bit for stuttering through everything.
It's okay, man. It's all
And
good.
then let's get to Adonauts. Or how does Rich from Crypto Boutique
ADA knots. Yeah,
ADA
yeah,
not? I love
yeah.
the when you did it the other day. I was like,
I
man, it
know.
was
Yeah,
like
I felt
spot
bad, but
on.
then I was just like, he's cool with it.
Yeah. So I'm in a predicament because I minted it on the public mint for 80 ADA.
Yep.
And then it's the floor price hit 180 right now last night. So I'm torn. Do I flip it or do I not? Like I've been watching it. It was like 140, 150, back down. Then it went up to 170, and I was like, damn. So 180 was my number. So I listed it. As soon as I listed,
why was 180 your number?
I don't know, because it was just like after fees and stuff like that, I think I get 168 back. So it was like, okay, I doubled it. Because what the big hype about them right now is it's Adanauts is they're clay like Clay Nation, but they haven't revealed them yet. So it's kind of like FOMO and building up hype.
Dude, this stuff. So one thing I love about this is like the reveal model. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really like the reveal.
I love it. Yeah. So, but we talked about this. It's cool. You never know, right? Like,
yeah. So listen. So 180 was my benchmark. So I was like, oh, it hit 180. Listed mine. Guess what the floor is right now? Everyone keeps undercutting. It's down to 164.
Oh shit.
Mine was like the next one to be purchased on JPEG Store last night. I was like, all right, here we go. Gonna double my flip. Nope. Just started going back down. And it's still sitting there. So we'll see if it gets back up there. If not, I'll just delist it and see what the reveal shows that I have.
Yeah, but when we talked to them on that Twitter space,
yes,
they were doing a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, they had like what they were doing, like the serum and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I want one of those eyeballs in person.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it's gone back up. It's 168 floor right now. So
okay, there you go.
We'll see. So I have it up for sale, but I might take it down. Did you know?
I'd probably keep it.
I'm probably gonna keep. I'll probably delist it.
Yeah, I would probably delist. If you're asking, are you asking my opinion?
Well, I guess I was kind of telling you what I did, but yeah, what's your opinion?
I would delist it, and
okay.
I'd hang on for a bit. I'd want to see.
You know what? I'll delist it now while we're on air.
Whoa, we're men of action.
Men of action. I'll delist.
Oh wait, let's talk about the Pavia Pavs.
Yes, so they were what's the word I'm looking for? They were airdropped this week. So I got to set up collateral. I'll do it after. Sorry, Adanauts. Staying up for sale. Pavia are the metaverse for Cardano dropped. They're called Pavs, and I guess what would you say they are? Little.
But you knew the thing is, I remember reading about this way back and thinking, wait, what? That sounds weird. These little things that are gonna be roaming around.
Yeah, exactly. What are Pavs? So they say Pavs are non-fungible tokens, base creatures which live in the Pavia metaverse.
Yeah.
These cannot be bought from Pavia Corp. There will not be any Pav NFT sales, but there will be an airdrop and they can be caught in game.
Yeah.
Trading on secondary market is allowed, but so the Pavs, I guess, are just like fun, and it says Pavs are for fun and useful proof of concept connected to the wider Pavia.io metaverse experience. They come in varying different rarities and different traits. Initially, they can be collected and traded, but always remember Pavs, not pets. Further uses will emerge over time. So there was about 6,000 of them, I think.
Here's one of the uses I wonder about. Mech compatible. What does that mean?
I don't know. Right here it says, what does mech compatible mean? This is top secret information which we cannot tell you about.
Yeah, I know.
Please check back. So
it's gonna be cool. Like I don't know, man. I'm happy about Pavia taking the time in this true speed of Cardano.
Yeah. Well, they airdropped. I can't. It's saying on here what are Pavs for? How many? The initial wave of Pavs will be airdropped to some lucky Pavia NFT landholders at random. Initially, a dozen different Pav types will be airdropped. These 12 Pavs have varying levels of rarity, but mint amounts, somewhere between 50 to 1,000 of each Pav. Yeah. So there's 12 of them, total of 6,000, and it says 10 of them are mech compatible, and 2 of them are not.
I like PavBot 001. That one's cool.
Yeah.
So we talked about how we have like I don't
There's a
know,
lot
a fair
between
amount of
us.
like plots between us.
Yep.
I didn't get one. Did you?
I don't think you. Where's your pat? Is your pav? Let's see. I'll search up
It's
your
you
right
can't
now.
say on air where my Pavia lives, man.
It's not, but I am
But
on
you
your
know where it is. It's in
pool.pm. You have
yeah,
10 plots and zero paths.
yeah, I know. Thanks.
Me, let's check mine. Or no, yeah, we could check mine. I'm at O for O. I think I have 3 plots and O pavias. We could check the other, whatever you want to call them, the horsemen. Let's see. He's got 2 plots in this wallet, and he's got 0 paths. And last but not least, our buddy Burns. I think that's his handle. He's got 12 plots and 0 paths. So we went O for O.
Crazy.
Whatever.
Right?
Was it? You had 10, 12. So we had like 25, almost 30 plots between us, and none of us got one.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
So there
We were unlucky.
Cool. Awesome.
Yep.
Well,
But you could buy them on the secondary. Let's see how much they're worth right now. Pav. Floor price. Wow. 155.
yeesh.
Yes. Also, I don't know what your plans are to do with your proxy.
Yeah.
Remember your Cardano proxy?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
The floor is 140.
Jesus.
So I don't know if you're holding or you plan on selling, but the floor price has been steadily going up if you're interested.
I'm happy about that. I'm glad that project's doing well.
It is. I love the art. The artwork's
Yeah,
amazing.
it looks really good. Great.
So, and it's
Good.
like the 5 factions or 5. I can't remember. I screwed it up the last time we talked about it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the whatever
families, whatever you want to call it.
Whatever.
So, okay, we got Pav Clay Nation. We're selling decks of cards. I was able to get one, but I didn't pull the trigger and officially buy it because it was like 40 ADA to buy and then 20 ADA to ship. So it was like 60 ADA. And I was like, do I really want to spend $50 Canadian on a pack of cards? That when the pack of cards, when you get it, you scan it and then you get, I probably should have just based on the NFT I would have got for holding the physical deck of cards.
What's the scan that you get when you
I guess a QR code on the deck of cards or something.
But and also like what a marketing strategy, eh?
It's great. I thought it was a great idea. It had me hook, line, and sinker. And then once I got it, I just minted a couple things. So I didn't really have any ADA. And I'm like, do I want to pull out 60 ADA to do this? And I was like, I just ended up bypassing and letting it go. But I'll probably regret that one. But we'll see. Because I don't know what the NFTs tied into the.
They're going to do something special for that.
Yeah, I know. It's. I'll probably go back and be like, oh, this is one of my dumb things.
Why don't we look at it as from the team account and see what we think?
Well, it's already gone and passed.
Oh,
damn. So, yeah, you were busy, so I should have thought of that. But anyways,
well, no, it's all good. I understand. When I'm on vacation, I'm not often the easiest, and it's not even vacation. I'm just traveling and working. But I'm not the easiest to get a hold of, so that makes sense. All good.
Fine.
You know what,
last but not.
Oh yeah, overexposed.
Yes, their black paper's out today. Whatever. I always mess this up, and Jeff makes fun of me. 8 p.m. UTC time frame. They didn't give an exact time, but potentially. So anywhere from now until 5 o'clock tonight, we'll say the black paper is being released. So we'll finally figure out, or I'll finally figure out what the utility and everything that goes on with my overexposed that I bought or I minted. I wonder what the floor price. I haven't looked at the floor price.
I have not checked that, obviously, because I wasn't so lucky to get one.
Yeah, their mechanism. Not bad. 548. What was the mint on those? 150.
I think
it was 158. So that's a pretty good floor price. They could bump up huge after the black paper, or who knows? Maybe it goes down a little bit if people aren't happy with what the black paper says.
I think it'll do well. I think
it's going to do well.
This is one of Cardano's prize projects, and I do think that I don't know. Past June, who knows what'll happen? Like there could be just a big change in the whole ecospace or
I
blockchain.
mean, this, like you said earlier, I don't even know if you said it on air, but after a week, you feel like you don't know what's going on, right?
Oh yeah, like for me, I think we have notes, so I know what's happening and I have the history, but like, holy shit, like you can't slip.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay. Well, next
Sorry,
week
I thought I just deleted something, but I didn't. We're good.
we're good.
Yeah, I think that kind of wraps up the episode. Do you have
That is-
anything else?
No, I think for next week I'm excited about our guest, and that's
Yes,
a
so
good
am I.
conversation. Yeah, I'll probably pick up a Raggy and get that game because I already downloaded the game, so I want to start staking that and using that, and I think it's about it for me.
It's not bad. You are like, you buy the raggy and then you get you stake it, and then you get the rag coins and buy upgrades, and eventually it looks like you can now buy more raggies with the coins. So it's an interesting project. That's
I
for
like it.
sure.
I like the side scroller game. It's an easy one to adopt. I'm not feeling like I have to know a bunch of shit to do like a quest or whatever. So, no, it's good.
Yep. Oh, I guess I did forget one point. I figured out how to use Nami on mobile.
Oh,
So
right.
I can now buy and sell on JPEG Store using an app, whereas before we used to have a computer. So now I figured it out thanks from what is it,
Double
TOMMY,
M, yeah.
Tommy from the F-35. So shout out to him for helping me out. But yeah, we'll talk about that next episode maybe.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I want to start. If I had that, I think that would change some of the activities. Like having to desktop it all the time is just not practical, right? So
Well, it makes you not buy a lot of stuff.
yeah, totally.
Especially, it makes you save your money in a sense too,
Which is not a bad idea for me.
So I guess I don't have too much coming out in the woodwork. We got Crypto Boutique June 4th. Little Lurkers is coming. What are we, May 20th? So within the next 2 weeks. I don't know if they've set a date out yet. What else is there coming up? I don't know. Devon, you have anything that projects you're looking out for?
Clearly not right now. Nope. By next week maybe.
I'm
But
trying to look through my DGen Ducks, but they pushed their mint back. Veggiemates has happened. I think that's it, man. I don't know. I'm obviously every day there's projects minting, but on my
Just
radar
on your radar.
right this second,
I challenge us to look at a Solana project or two. We should probably try one of those.
Okay, I'm in. We can see how that goes.
Yeah, and then we can report on how we got rug pulled.
There's a cornucopias mint happening right now. Interesting. Don't know what that is, but okay. NFT 2 tree sale. OG tier closing at 1510. Oh, anyways. So yeah, there's a mint going on right now with cornucopias, which is a big hyped up project as well. So there you go.
Dope.
Is the music started, Devon? Have we come to the end?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you again
Push
for
this
everyone
button.
listening. Shout out to 4 Paws CNFT, Little Lurkers, Crypto Boutique, Properties. We haven't brought them up in the last little while. And what else? Any other shout outs?
Sorry that I'm so sick.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's rough shape over here.
That's okay.
But I'm
excited. Overexposed. I can't wait for this black paper. So that's it for NFGs.
I'm still mad that you got one and I didn't. So
Well, it happens.
You'll get one. Tough, buddy.
All right. Thank
right.
you, Devon. Thanks everyone for listening. NFGs. We out.
Thanks, Ryan.
No problem.